Hey there, it's Anonymous T, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending good energy, and blessings to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking love and marriage Huntsville. You guys know why you are here. Today we are talking about Carlos King babysitting Martell, you guys, in Atlanta. Carlos King is chaperoning a grown man, you guys. A grown man near 40 years old who does not have any ailments or disabilities or any reason that requires a chaperone other than he is unhinged and he is unpredictable and he cannot control himself. And instead of Carlos King doing the right thing and firing this man, instead of Carlos King doing the right thing and showing the real Martell Holt on his own show, Love and Marriage Huntsville, they have flown to Atlanta, you guys, because the Real Housewives of Atlanta premieres next week, you guys. Premieres next week, next Sunday. And already some of the housewives, they're doing their press tour, right? So you've seen Kenya, you've seen Sheree, you've seen Marlo, all on these shows basically saying, hey, Martell's not who he says he is, right? And then they're dropping the exclusive sneak peeks on purpose, showing that Martell is who we all know he is, right? But Carlos King can't have that, right? Because on his show, Love and Marriage Huntsville, he is trying to sell the lie that Sheree is quote-unquote Martell's girlfriend, you guys. And Martell, in this interview with his news station yesterday, flat out said that Sheree was just a friend. Playing right in Carlos King's face, you guys. Playing right in Carlos King's face and wasting Carlos King's time. Like, I've never seen anything like this before. And shout out to Andy Cohen for doing what needed to be done, because this is utter foolishness. Carlos, instead of this YouTube channel where you are obsessed with all of the Bravo shows, when you are obsessed with trying to protect Martell and, try to show that he's a good guy, and doing this press tour, this Chitlin circuit in Atlanta, in Martell's medium suits, trying to convince the people that this is a good guy and that, people have it all wrong and this and that. And it's just foolishness. It is just foolishness, and it is a disaster. It is an absolute disaster, Carlos King, and you're up here trying to say in this interview that you're not trying to exploit anybody and everything else. What are you talking about? You have yet to show the true Martell Holt on a reality show that you supposedly executive produce. Make it make sense, you guys. You have allowed a toxic work environment for all of the cast to gang up on Melody Cherie, and now because of the backlash, now because of the ratings that are doing terrible, regardless of what people want to say, they're not doing as good as they have been in the past couple of seasons. Now you want to run around Atlanta trying to flip a narrative and still trying to say, oh, this is Owen's #1 show, blah, 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 blah. No. You need to fix what's on your own backyard. You need to fix what's happening, because the days are numbered of how long Love and Marriage Huntsville is going to remain on the air. And once most of the cast no longer has Love and Marriage Huntsville to talk about, they're going to be seeing the unemployment line, you guys. They are going to be seeing the unemployment line because they have lied to the people. They have lied to all of you about being successful. They thought that this reality TV thing was going to last forever. They thought that being with Carlos King, they were going to get 15 seasons too of Love and Marriage Huntsville, like Real Housewives of Atlanta did, right? No. See, the one thing about Andy Cohen, you can have your issues with Andy Cohen, and I've called out Andy Cohen on his BS, right? But the one thing Andy Cohen does get right when he's on his job is exposing people, right? When he's not playing favorites, when he is not hiding stuff, they're on their job, right? They're getting it together finally. They're finally, like I said, they had to extend filming on Vanderpump Rules because of Tom's scandal, his cheating scandal. They had to go back in production for Real Housewives of Atlanta when, Drew and Ralph were racing each other to the divorce court to divorce each other. And so they're getting it together, you guys. But Carlos King, for whatever reason, is obsessed. He wants people to think that he is better than Andy Cohen and that he is running, you know, some big empire at own. And the answer is no. You're completely tarnishing your reputation. You're tarnishing the show with all of these antics. And you're up here trying to blame fans. You're trying to blame all these people when you need to be pointing those fingers back at yourself. Instead of being obsessed with Bravo, instead of being obsessed with Martell, you need to put together an actual show. And stop lying in these interviews saying that it's new storylines when it's all regurgitated mess. It is the same foolishness that is taking place, you guys. And then Martell had the gall to say in this interview with this news station that he still loves Melody Cherie after all of the foolishness that he is putting her through, you guys. Make it make sense, you guys. And even trying to allude to Carlos King still wanting Melody Cherie and Martell to get back together, knowing that he has completely, you know, not only abused his power at the show and has completely created a toxic work environment, but is literally causing so much havoc behind the scenes outside of filming, to the point between that coupled with the bullying specifically of the last year, Melody Cherie was ready to call it quits, you guys. And still we have no changes. We still have no changes at all with this show, other than Carlos and Martell are going to go anywhere in Atlanta, anybody who is willing to listen to them in Atlanta, for him to present a false narrative and to try to play it as though whatever we're going to see on Real Housewives of Atlanta isn't quote unquote the real Martell and that he's quote unquote in therapy. You mean the court ordered therapy? You mean that therapy? Because you didn't go to therapy on your own, right? It had to be court ordered because you're losing some, you know, some brain cells there, right? And this is the thing. Can we stop infantilizing Martell? Can we treat him like an adult, please? I am tired of his mom making excuses for him. I am tired of Carlos King making excuses for him. I'm tired of his castmates making excuses for him. This is a grown man near 40 years old who is acting like a child, who is acting younger than his own children. Make it make sense, you guys. He needs to be held accountable. Stop coddling him and putting him in these medium suits and doing this press tour for what? And then you're acting like a chaperone, Carlos King? Really? Never has Andy Cohen has had to go with Nene Leakes or Candy Burris or Giselle Bryant to do a press tour to promote Housewives. Make it make sense, you guys. That is how I know we are on the last legs. We are on the last legs of Love and Marriage Huntsville, you guys. And how dare you, Carlos King, say that you love Melody Cherie in these interviews and you are not protecting Melody Cherie. You are not protecting her at all because you keep propping up this abuser. You keep propping up this narcissist that is asking for ridiculous things in his court orders, in this custody battle that is completely inappropriate and has nothing to do with him and has nothing to do with the kids, you guys. Make it make sense. So there is that. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.